Hello, everybody. This is Empowering Democracy, and I'm your host, Joe Firestone. This is a Dump the Corruption show, and I'll cover the fundraising of Boyle, Crockett, and Sylvia Garcia. I expect I'll be joined shortly by Dee Piers, the co-host of Around the World with Brandy and Dee, and my good friend, in order to discuss this. Oh, there is Dee right now.
Hello. How you doing?
Hi, hi Dee.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I've already introduced you, saying that I believe I'll be joined in a few minutes by my good friend and co-host of Around the World with Brandy and Dee Piers.
Yes, and here I am. Good evening, everybody.
Here you are.
So here I popped in.
Yes, you have successfully popped in. So there's Steve. He's here.
Always good to see Steve.
That is Stephen Wolfbrand. And Kay Ryan is here, and Cora Manuel is here. Hi,
Yes,
Cora.
hello.
Nice to see you as well. So we have three people we're going to look at tonight who's fundraising. Okay, we're going to look at Brendan Boyle of Pennsylvania, Jasmine Crockett of Texas, and Sylvia Garcia of Texas. In fact, they're right next to each other. Jasmine Crockett is in District 29, and Sylvia Garcia is in District 30, or maybe it's the other way around, I forget. But they're right next to each other. Okay. Down in Texas. And they both won, and I guess that was a hopeful sign for the Democrats. Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
Excuse me a second while I take these pills. Okay, thank you very much. So let's get to Brendan Boyle's fundraising, first of all. So Brendan Boyle is from Pennsylvania, District 2. I believe he's on his page anyway from Open Secrets is on your screen right now. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I see it.
Great. And while we're at that, I think I'm going to just make sure this is shared on Facebook. Okay, that should do that. I'm just going to close Facebook now. And get right back to Pennsylvania District 2. In the 2022 race, the summary data show that Brendan Boyle was uncontested. It was such a safe district. He raised $1,688,903, spent $812,704, which is extremely low expenditures. He's got cash on hand coming out of that race of $2,344,941, which is a lot of cash on hand for a congressional candidate. They didn't have data on a Republican who was in the race at some point by the name of Aaron Bashir. He probably dropped out fairly early. In outside spending, Brendan Boyle was supported by, to the tune of $5,573. He was opposed to the tune of $245. Uh, and then Aaron Bashir had $245 in support of him, zero opposing him. David Torres had zero supporting him, another Republican, and $8 opposing him. So these numbers indicate there was not much outside spending in this race, okay, at all. Let's look at the next tab, the candidates tab. Again, that shows the fundraising, okay, of Brendan Boyle, but it also shows that he got 75.7% of the vote. So his minor opposition got, 22.5% of the vote or something like that. So Brendan Boyle had small individual contributions of $15,122. That was less than 1% of what he raised. He had large individual contributions. He had large individual contributions of $566,255. Those are contributions greater than $200 from people. That was 33.53% of what he raised. His PAC contributions were $1,221,250, meaning 72.31% of what he raised was from PAC contributions. So right there you see that he fails the litmus test. That was quickly determined. Let's go quickly through the other tabs to try to learn more of who the contributors were. Our friends, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, gave him $35,200. Those folks seem to be everywhere. Rock Holdings, $20,300. International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, $15,000. Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance, $15,000. The Blackstone Group, $13,600. Siemens AG, $13,000. Select Medical Holdings, $12,900. Ballard Spar LLP, undoubtedly a law firm, $12,900. Morris Iron and Steel, $12,500. These were most likely PAC contributions, generally not of particularly great size. He got $10,000 from the Communications Workers of America, $10,000 from the Bricklayers Union, $10,000 from the Carpenters and Joiners Union, $10,000 from AT&T, Council of Insurance Agents and Brokers, $10,000. So a wide range of contributors gave him $10,000. Aaron Bashir got $2,000 from the Friends of Glenn Thompson. I have no idea what that signifies. Under industries, we find that his top industry was insurance. $151,000. Securities and investment, $115,700. And there were various other contributions ranging between $27,500 to pro-Israel groups, $63,350. Industrial unions, building trade unions, $63,500. Lawyers and law firms, $76,115. In real estate, $83,200. So he was amply supported by the fire sector, we see from this. These were likely to be nope, it doesn't say that here. Let me see. From this table, you can get a flavor of which of the top industries giving to the candidates running for Congress in your district. Do the industries match your local economy, or are they more Washington-based? If the latter, the candidate may have divided loyalties on issues where the interests of their cash constituents conflict with those of the voters who elected them. So that's that. Okay. So let's move to the next tab. The important sectors contributing. Agribusiness, $35,250. Communications electronics, $78,400. $62,400 from construction, $16,500 from defense, energy and national resources, $29,900. The fire sector, $429,900. Health, $231,825. Lawyers and lobbyists, $115,965. Labor, $252,000. Transportation, $79,500. Miscellaneous business, $108,769. Audiology single issue groups, $161,462. Let's look at PACs. From business PACs, $853,099. From labor PACs, $253,500. From ideological PACs, $101,862. From other PACs, $1,000. So, raised over $1 million from the PACs. Well over $1 million. Most of what he raised came from PACs. Okay. So, of course, he is clearly disqualified. Let's take another look at the outside spending tab, see if there's anything a little different there from the first tab we look at. Nope. It's pretty much the same, nothing special. Democratic Jewish Outreach, Pennsylvania, gave him $4,157. IBEW Local 98 gave him $854. Pennsylvania Pro-Life gave him $490. Planned Parenthood Super PAC gave him $16. Sierra Club Super PAC gave him $10. UFCW Local gave him $544. And that was it. So the independent outside spending, there's spending on behalf of, not on behalf of candidates, not into their campaigns directly, but doing independent expenditures in support of the campaign. Very little of that in this campaign. So again, results of the litmus test are clear. He doesn't pass. He fails. So looking at the next candidate, we have, just take me a minute to bring it up here. Texas District 29, 2022 race. And Sylvia Garcia is the candidate and the winner. She raised $940,934. She spent $804,062. She had $384,472. There's not much data on the Republican opponent, who was Robert Shafranek. In outside spending, Sylvia Garcia got $46 in support of her. And another Republican candidate by the name of Jamie Blanco got $8 in opposition to her candidacy. So the outside spending didn't have a big role in this campaign at all. Going to the candidates tab, Sylvia got 71.4% of the vote. Her small individual contributions at 1.62% of her total, $15,262. Her large individual contributions, $241,011. So she's relying on at least fairly wealthy people to wealthy people support her campaign. That was 25.61% of what she raised. She also raised $684,721 in PAC money. So she's a PAC lady, and she got 73% of her money roughly from PACs. From others, she got $441. Not much data on the other candidates on this page. She got $22,160 from APAC. Hilco Partners gave her $11,600. International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers gave her $10,000. International Longshoremen's Association gave her $10,000. Laborers Union gave her $10,000. All these are PACs. The Machinists Aerospace Workers Union, $10,000. National Association of Realtors, $10,000. National Beer Wholesalers, $10,000. Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Unions, $10,000. Service Employees International Union, $10,000. I guess I'm not going to read out the rest. They're all 10,000 contributions, except for the Texas Farm Bureau, which gave her $9,608. So let's look at her industries. And we have oil and gas, 79,800. Lawyers and law firms, 64,960. Commercial banks, 45,000. Building trade unions, 44,000. Real estate, 43,400. Public sector unions, 42,500. Pro-Israel groups, 33,277. Finance and credit companies, 17,500. A number of other contributions from various sources. Looking at the sector page, and we can see that from agribusiness, she got 40,000 roughly. Communications electronics, 39,250. Construction, 22,000. Defense, 3,000. Energy, natural resources, 88,700. The fire sector, 188,600. Health, 21,750. Lawyers and lobbyists, 95,560. Labor, 183,500. Ideology, single issue, 74,261. And the other category, 29,125. Looking at the PACs, from business PACs, you got $460,608. Labor PACs, $183,500. Ideological PACs, $42,224. And $3,000 from other PACs. That means probably raised about $650,000 overall from PACs. Look at outside spending again, not a factor in this race. It was just too little. So, of course, the PAC money excluded Sylvia Garcia. That is why she failed the litmus test. I'm going to look at that candidates page again. She had, again, 15,000 from small contributors, 241,000 from large contributors, 684,000 in PAC contributions. So she fails the litmus test both on grounds that she got a lot of large individual contributions, and she also fails because she had got a lot of money from PACs, $684,221. So now let's look at our last candidate for tonight. That's Jasmine Crockett. She was the winner. This was her first run. She raised $963,247, spent $810,398, had cash on hand of $152,849. Her main Republican opponent, James Byron Rogers, raised $61,690, spent $61,683, ended with cash on hand of $7. Deborah Walker, who was an independent, raised $12,901, spent $11,906, had cash on hand of $5,203. Not much money spent for Deborah Walker. Jasmine Crockett, outside spending. Remember, she raised, what was it, $963,000 herself. Well, the super PACs took an interest in this race on the side of Jasmine Crockett. And they spent $2,874,490. There were two other Democratic candidates. One was the incumbent, actually, Eddie Bernice Johnson, who was retiring and who supported Jasmine Crockett, and Jane Hamilton, who was supported by $26,500 in outside spending by a candidate. But she was swamped in outside spending by Jasmine Crockett's $2,874,490. So we can see already that Jasmine Crockett was disqualified by that super PAC funding, but there'll be other reasons why she's not going to succeed. Let me put up the candidates tab, and there it is. She won with 75% of the vote.
Okay, we don't see that. We're seeing email alerts.
Okay, thanks. I've probably just forgotten to share that. So let me share that. Oh, I see. I shared the wrong thing. Okay, that's easily fixed. Okay. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Jasmine Crockett, as you see here, raised $963,247. Spent $810,000, emerged with $152,849. Most of that money came from large individual contributors, $584,627. She got small individual contributions of $107,305. But that's sizable, but it was only 11.1% of what she raised. From the large individual contributions, that was 61% of what she raised, $584,620. PAC contributions were $235,263. That was 24% of what she raised. However, the independent expenditures, as we've seen, were enormous, over $2 million for Jasmine Crockett. Super PACs took an interest in her race. There was no corresponding interest on the Republican side, so it wasn't a tight race. But we're still going to look at those Super PAC contributions in more detail. Okay, Deborah Walker, one of her opponents. Oh, James Byron Rogers also relied mostly on large individual contributions, 40,900, okay, and 80. That was 66% of what he raised. There was also candidate self-financing by him to the tune of almost 14% of what he raised. I don't know why the super PACs got involved in this race. Well, let me look at the outside spending. There's that 2,874,490 for Jasmine Crockett. Let's see if we can see who it came from. Well, I'll move on. Contributed a little bit. Opportunity for Tomorrow, $78.34. Planned Parenthood, $16. To Protect Our Future PAC, which I believe was funded by Sam Bankman-Fried. That was a carry committee he set up. 1,144,997. There was another big one there from Web3 Forward. That was a super PAC that gave him her $1,324,740. I don't know why they took an interest in this race. I'm going to try to find out and report back. But somebody in those super PACs wanted her to win badly. And of course, she did, especially considering that was her first race. So where are we now? We want to look at PACs, I think. And see the breakdown. Business PACs gave her 59,000, labor 33,000, ideological PACs gave her 144,000. So that suggests that those super PACs might have voted for her for ideological reasons and voted against her opponents for similar reasons. Anyway, those two main outside PACs again with the Protect Our Future PAC, 1,444,997. And Web3 Forward, 1,324,740. And they certainly had the lion's share of the Super PAC Carry Committee contributions that were given to her. So she fails the PAC part of the test. She fails the Super PAC part of the test. And she also fails the large contributors portion of the test. Okay, so there it is. There was only 25,305 in outside spending against Jasmine Crockett and 2,874,490 in support of Jasmine Crockett. So Jasmine Crockett from District 30 in Texas is the third one to fail the litmus test. So, once again, 3 members of the Congressional Caucus have failed, the litmus test. I have to do a count of where we are now and how many we've gone over. It's quite a lot now. I think we must be close to 70 members of the Congressional Progressive Caucus that we've now tested between Greg Mallard and I. It's astonishing to me that not a single one has passed the test.
Right, and even the ones that are in extremely secure districts.
It's extremely secure districts, even the new ones, who you wouldn't have thought would have had time to get so much in PAC support and outside spending support. Why did the outside spenders go to Jasmine Crockett's district and spend on her? It didn't look like there was much of a threat against her in that district. Why were the outside spenders there? It's an interesting question, but they were. And she must have raised something like $2.8 million just from those 2 big outside spenders. That is a lot. So, I think the pattern's becoming firmly established that we probably won't have a single member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus who passes the test. We'll hear more about that, on Monday. For the weekend, I am not hosting any streams. I know that Dee and Brandy are going to do a healthcare stream on Saturday night. And since I fancy myself something of an expert on healthcare in this country, especially from the statistics point of view, I will be joining that panel. If that's okay with you, Dee.
Yes, it is. And usually we're on for a few hours. 8 to 10, sometimes it's been 8 to 11. I mean, depending on the conversation. It's just Saturday night is like a freedom night where we just go on as long as it takes.
Okay, well, I will be there for some of the time. I won't guarantee that I'm going to be there for all of Saturday night, but
We never know how long it's going to be.
Yes, we will see what happens then anyway. As for Sunday, I don't know what's going to happen. But I think if Brandy and Dee have a show on Sunday, if it's on Sunday evening, Okay, I may be able to participate in that one too, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
we're pretty much been on every night at 8 p.m.
Okay, please like, share, and subscribe to this stream, of course, but also to Around the World with Brandy and Dee. Uh, we've got to get these streams going so we can participate uh, in various monetization schemes, which would be a big help to all of us. So please do support us with subscriptions and likes and with sharing.
Yeah, sharing is so important.
Yes. And if you're so moved, please provide some contributions via Patreon. In my case, for Dee and Brandy, have you got anything set up yet?
We have to buy me a coffee as well.
Okay. So there's a buy me a coffee for them, and I have a buy me a coffee too. And but you have enough subscribers to Around the World with Brandy and Dee now that you can be monetized at YouTube, right?
Well, the issue we have is the fact that you have to have enough people too that are watching your streams while you're live and commenting.
Okay. So that's the word, folks. We
Yeah,
have
because we have mostly people watching afterwards, and a lot of the stuff that people do watch are a lot of the shorter videos that I've done asking people to subscribe, which people have listened to that subscribed, but I need people also to come and watch, more people watch the show and participate in the show.
okay. So generally, we both need more support. Both shows need more support, and so please help us out with that. That will be important going forward.
Yes, it will. And we're both going to try to put out some more shorts, which we really should do. It's just getting used to doing something different.
Yes. Okay, Dee, please stay for a minute.
Okay, I will.
Okay, but I think we're done for this evening.
I just
Uh,
want to say I love you, Kay. Kay says, love you, Joe and Dee.
okay, wait a minute. We got to get to. There have been some comments, and we should be taking care of those. So, uh, Steve says, smash the like button. Thank you, Steve. Says, I got to get to bed. Good night, fam. Good night to you, fam. And Kay says, night, Steve. Jeff Denton says, I wonder how much the think tanks get paid who decide what is just the right amount to donate or not to donate. I don't know. That's a very interesting question. And Kay Ryan says, in Ohio, they're cutting SNAP for the poor. Mine will be cut. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kay. Kay says, I barely get by as it is.
And that shouldn't be
And
in
Kay
this
says,
country.
I love you, Joe. No, it shouldn't be. Absolutely, it should not be. I mean, absolutely, it's disgusting. It's even more disgusting to know that there is absolutely no reason why SNAP ought to be cut or any part of the safety net ought to be cut, and every reason that it ought to be expanded. And of course, folks, there's no question of affordability involved. If you think there is a question of affordability involved, then watch my stream. Go back and watch my stream from last night, because I think we pretty much killed all questions about affordability there, even if you think they weren't killed by the previous streams on the $1 trillion coin, the $100 trillion coin, and other such things. The United States is a monetary sovereign. There's never any question of affordability.
Exactly, and that's why Biden was able to announce today about funding pensions for Ukrainians.
Yes, that's why he was able to announce that they're going to fund the pensions of Ukrainians. Now we have to come back and ask them why they're not funding pensions for all Americans. Why are we chopped liver? Cora says, yes, knowledge of MMT is the answer to our problems. Well, we need to know a little bit more than MMT, Cora. We need to know how to implement dump the corruption. If we could get rid of the whole House of Representatives, okay, in the election of 2024, and if we also made sure the people coming in knew something of MMT, then that might be an answer to all our problems. But there are always problems. I have to admit, whenever you solve one problem, there's always another problem to take its place. It's just the human condition. Anyway, I think on that note, I'm going to end our stream for tonight, and thank you for coming.
It's good.